Namaste. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you so much for joining us today. Only to seek the blessings of Radha Madhav, Radha Shyamsundar, Krishna Balaram, Gonitai, Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj, and the assembled devotees. So that we continue with looking at these wonderful personalities who serve the Lord by helping him run the universe. Of course, the Lord needs no help. So this is simply service that we are doing to please him. So we've looked at Lord Brahma, Shiva, Durga Mata, Ganpati, Indra, Suryadev, Chandra, Agni, Yamraj, Saraswati, Kuver, the treasure of the demigods the last time. Today we want to look at Gayatri. So Goddess Gayatri is revered as the sum or aggregate, Samasti Swarupini, of all that is divine. Sarva Devata Swarupini, Sarva Mantra Swarupini. Gayatri Vai Idam Sarvam. Gayatri is typically portrayed sitting on a red lotus, which means wealth, and she can appear in two different forms. The first depicts her with 5 different faces, and these are the names of the faces: Mukta, Vidruma, Hema, Nila, Dhavala. These faces represent the Pancha Pranas, Pancha Vayus, or the senses or the winds. She also has 10 arms, 10 eyes. Her eyes face 8 different directions beyond heaven and earth. And her arms hold all the weapons of Trimurti, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. So this is an idea. This is the 5 faces, 10 arms, different weapons are owned, according to the Trimurti, sitting on the red lotus. The other common depiction shows her beside a white swan holding scriptures denoting knowledge in one hand and a vase in another symbolizing healing. As goddess, the fair and bright Shwetavarna Gayatri descends from the Gotra of Rishi Samkhyayana. Gayatri, as Devi, the goddess, is hailed as Tri-Rupa Gayatri. Also, because she is regarded as as being combined of the 3 goddesses, Gayatri, Savitri, and Saraswati. Gayatri is a protector of life principles, Savitri of truth, so Satya, truth, integrity of all life, and Saraswati of wisdom and virtues of life. She's regarded as the Trinity herself. Gayatri in the morning, she's Brahma Swarupini. As Savitri in the midday, she's Rudra Swarupini. And as Saraswati in the evening, she's Vishnu Swarupini. So Gayatri is quite a force, even within this world. Goddess Gayatri is revered as the sum or aggregate. So we've done that one already. She's depicted as follows: 5 heads. Pancha Shrish represents the 5 vital currents: Prana, Apana, Vyana, Udana, and Samana. Agni glows in her face, Agni Mukham. Brahma in her head, Brahma Shiro. Vishnu resides in her heart, Vishnu Hridyam. So this is another aspect, another nice painting of her actually. Rudra is a tuft, Radha Shikha, and earth is a generation, Prithvi Yoni. She presides over Upanaya. So Upanaya is the Brahman thread ceremony. And that's when generally the student will also be given the Gayatri mantra. So she's a presiding deity over that. Portrayed as sitting on the red lotus, which means wealth, she can appear in 2 different forms. She has 10 arms, 10 eyes. Her eyes face 8 directions. So she holds all the weapons of the Trimurti. So that's the Shank, Chakra, Kamal, Varda, Abhya, Kasha, Kush, Ujvala utensil, Rudraksh Mala, seated on besides a white swan, holding scriptures denoting knowledge, and a vase symbolizing healing. This goddess is considered to be Vedmata, meaning mother of the Vedas. So that also title was given to Saraswati. Through her mantras, she combines all the phenomenal attributes of Brahman. She is also said to be the culmination of Goddess Saraswati, Lakshmi, and Parvati. Interesting how Lakshmi is included in that category. Indeed, Gayatri is Sarva Devata Swarupini, the embodiment of all goddesses. The word Gayatri is a combination of Gayatri. Ga means to sing, Yatri means protection. By implication, those who worship Gayatri get protected. Goddess Gayatri Devi is an incarnation of Saraswati Devi, consort of Lord Brahma, symbolizing the Shakti or energy or Dev or quality of knowledge, purity, and virtue. Saraswati Devi is held to be the patron of the arts, being a poet and musician, as well as skillful composer. In the form of Gayatri Devi, with the blessings of Lord Brahma, she is believed to have given the 4 Vedas to mankind. A person totally devoted to Goddess Gayatri may achieve great success in the path of self-advancement, as she inspires mankind towards righteousness. Gayatri Devi is sometimes depicted as the second consort of Lord Brahma. So there's a very nice pastime which we'll go into in a little while, how that happens. Meter and syllables. Gayatri is also a Sanskrit word for song or hymn, and Gayatri is the feminine version and as embodiment of all deities. Hindus' spiritual poetry is not written according to whims and fancy. They are regulated by rhyme and rhythm and meter. Gayatri mantra has a Vedic meter of 20 syllables. This mantra is the most prominent regulated poetry. It is mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Great sins are said to be expedited by a pious recitation of Gayatri mantra. The Taittiriya, Yak 218-128, contains stipulation that Gayatri mantras are to be in with the chanting of the syllable Om, followed by the 3 Vyatris, that's Bhubhua, Om Bhubhua, Om Bhubhua Swaha, and the Gayatri verse. Thus, Om, followed by the formula Om Bhubhua Swaha, is the Mahavyatri. Very powerful mantra. When we do yagyas, we also chant the same. Gayatri mantra. This mantra is a crystallized jewel, second only to the Pranav Om. And of course, in Kali Yuga, the Maha Mantra surpasses everything. It has come down for generations and first recorded in the Rig Veda, 3:60-10. Probably it may have been chanted for several generations before being recorded in the Vedas. All the 3 Vedas contain material rearranged from the Rig Vedas. The Gayatri mantra is found in all 4 Vedas and is therefore Veda Saras, the essence of the Vedas and the Upanishads. The 4 Mahavyakas are enshrined in this mantra. It is said that Gayatri mantra was developed by Brahmrishi Vishwamitra. So Vishwamitra is one who brought it to earth for our meditation. Despite its widespread chanting, the Puranas do mention that only 24 rishis have wholly understood the meaning of Gayatri mantra. So this is very interesting. Only 24 rishis. Who are these 24 rishis? Vamadev, Atri, Vashishta, Shukra, Kadva, Parasar, Vishwamitra, Kapil, Shonak, Yagyavalkya, Bharadvaj, Jamdagni, Gautam, Mudgala, Vyas, Gomash, Agastya, Kaushika, Vatsa, Pulastya, Manduka, Durvasa, Narad, and finally Kashyap Muni. It is also called the Savitri mantra, as the day invoked for this mantra is Savitri, the sun god. Savitru. So it is also a prayer to the sun. It is a prayer to him to free us from sins, physical dissipation, and bestow knowledge, health, longevity. The performance of Gayatri mantra helps in self-purification and protects a person from the malefic effects of sin. Gayatri mantra serves as a protector for all those who utter the mantra sincerely. And we have to get the rhythm right. The meter has to be right in order to get the benefit. It's not like Mahamantra. Mahamantra, you can chant it in any meter. It doesn't matter. You get this benefit no matter what. That's why it's Maha Mantra, the greatest mantra. Gayatri mantra, if you don't get the meter right, you don't get the benefit. If you pronounce it slightly wrong, you don't get the benefit. And what does Krishna say about Gayatri in the Bhagavad Gita? Of hymns in the Samaved, I am Brihat Sama. Of poetry, I am Gayatri. Of months, I am Marg, Shirsha, November, December. And of seasons, I am flower-bearing spring. Vedic literatures explain that sound vibration which can elevate one from mental concoction is called Gayatri. The Gayatri mantra is also mentioned in the first verse of the Srimad Bhagavatam. Because the Gayatri mantra is specially meant for God realization, it represents the Supreme Lord. The Gayatri is considered to be the sound incarnation of Brahman. The Brahma Gayatri, which is the first Gayatri we chant, is called the Surya Gayatri or the Savitri Gayatri because it refers to Savitur, the sun god, who controls three planetary systems, Bhur-Bhuva Swaha. Of course, we've learned that Gayatri goes way beyond that. It also refers to Krishna, and more specifically, it refers to Radharani through one of the words in the Gayatri mantra. Although on one level, the Brahma Gayatri refers to the sun, which is visible manifestation of Krishna's divine power, it is actually a meditation on Krishna, the greatest servitor, the one and only master of the entire cosmic manifestation. But Jiva Goswami goes even further. He says, actually, it's a meditation on Srimati Radharani. Sorry, I've got it here. Jiva Goswami, other Gaudiya Acharyas have explained that Brahma Gayatri is a meditation of Vishnu, who resides as the worshipful deity of the sun, known as Surya Narayan. The Brahma Gayatri is a verse constituted of sounds. These sounds are non-different from the personality of Gayatri Devi, a consort of Lord Vishnu. So not the consort of Brahma. She's also called Lakshmi, Saraswati, Savitri, and Sandhya. Devotees meditating on the Brahma Gayatri is worshipping Gayatri Devi and calling her from the sun planet into the heart. This is from the Hari Bhakti Vilas by Sanatana Goswami. By this worship, the sadhaka receives her mercy and help in approaching Lord Vishnu. Vishnu is residing in the sun planet and also in the heart as the object of meditation in the Gayatri mantra. The Brahma Gayatri removes lust and purifies the mind. Through the mercy of the Lord's energy, the sadhaka is able to penetrate ignorance and realize Vishnu. With her mercy, one can approach Vishnu. Gayatri is associated with the three savanas, morning, midday, and evening. She is said to be manifest in three forms as Gayatri in the morning, Pratha Savana, Savitri in the midday, Madhya Savana, and Saraswati in the evening, Sayan Savana. So this is from the Aitariya Pamana. Also said that Gayatri herself represents all three savanas. Gayatri Vai Sarvani Savanani. The three daily sandhyas, the juncture of day and night, midday and day and night, night and day, sorry, and then day and night, are three other time representations of Gayatri Devi. Therefore, Gayatri Devi is worshipped by chanting the Brahma Gayatri at these precise times. So there are specific times in the morning, noon, and evening when this Gayatri mantra is chanted to have any impact. Gayatri is so called because it sings Gayatri or illuminates the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and protects Triyati, the chanter, by fixing his mind on the Lord. Although Gayatri Devi is usually referred to as the mother of the Vedas, in the Sri Radha Sahasranam Stotra, Narad Muni says Sri Radha is the Gayatri mantra and the mother of the Vedas. This is from the Narad Pancharatra. Manifesting in Vaikuntha, the Brahma Gayatri can elevate the conditioned soul to the spiritual platform. Right. The maximum benefit of chanting is said to be obtained by chanting it 108 times. However, one may chant this for 3, 9, or 18 times. Of course, we've been guided to chant it 10 times, 3 times a day. This mantra should be chanted at medium speed, and each mantra chant should be immediately followed by the next chant. So the pastime of Lord Brahma, will take it up at another one with another Devi, and that will be Savitri. So I wanted to stop there. Any comments, any questions about Gayatri Devi?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji and Mataji and all devotees. Gayatri mantra is said when we go to the temple every morning, worship there. I'm talking about Woolwich temple, must be said in other temples. It is said just before they give the bhog to the devotees. So it's chanted 11 times with everybody together, like Om Durva Swaha, Tasavi Turvenyam Vargo Devishyamai, Dimai Diyo Yo Na Prachodayata, which is very nice. After that, the bhog is given, and after that, the arti is done. And that is done twice a day, in the morning and evening artis, just before the artis. So I've learned from there. And I think I did mention this before, that one of my best friend taught me, if you remember, the Gayatri mantra. And I'm sorry, but this is like long time ago. I can remember when I was 8, and there was a nursery school, like all the children went to nursery there. And I can remember this devotee, the Gayatri, the one you said just now, with it's on the kamar, lotus, and it is set there, and it had this all weapons in its hand. But I'm just thinking now that I can remember that when I was 8 and we used to go to nursery, like 2 hours in the afternoon, and this devotee Murti was there all the time. A teacher used to torture about that Murti, that this is Gayatri Devi, and we worship them, and some chantings were done there. But because I was very young, it's like, it was hard to remember. But now, as I grew up and got older, I just remember that, no, we had a temple in, talking about Mombasa, this Gayatri temple. It was only one temple there this time. And it was in one of the Brahman Samaj. Is that what you say? What do you say? Community hall?
The Brahm Samaj.
Brahm Samaj, yeah. So I just now as you was telling it, I just picture it that I said, oh my God, I can still remember that. But that time I was so young. You know, when you're young, you don't know too much about it. So it is nice. And today you said quite a lot of things about Gayatri Mantra. It's very nice to chant about her.
It is, but
it has got a lot of power in it.
It has, but it is a mantra which is, it has to be given by a guru to the devotee. And also, you can't chant it loudly. It's supposed to be silent. It's one of the rules. Otherwise, there's no benefit of Gayatri mantra. And also, according to our teaching, this is what has been explained by our guru, that you can only chant it 3 times, once in the morning, and then afternoon, and then evening.
But you must say it in your mind.
In your mind, yeah. And also, because the impact of the guy is a secret mantra. That's why. It's not that this is a mantra that everybody should know. It's a mantra that the guru chants into the ear of the devotee, disciple.
Is it the same mantra which I told you just now?
Yeah, same.
Or is it a different one?
That's the Brahma mantra is the same, but we also chant other Gayatris because our spiritual master has given us some Gaur Gayatri and Gopal mantra.
But you can't share it with us.
No, only the guru is allowed to do that. And then it has an impact. And there's some other rules as well. You have to be clean when you're chanting it. You can't. And that's why the Maha Mantra is considered in this age of Kali Yuga especially, it's considered to be Maha Mantra because there's no rules and no regulations. You get the benefit whether you are clean or not clean. You still can chant it, no problem. You can chant it facing south. Whereas Gayatri, you have to face in a certain direction to chant it so that you get the benefit. So there's many, many rules in Gayatri. But in Maha Mantra, no rules. It's so powerful. You can chant it anytime, any place, anywhere, and no problem.
And are you saying the Maha Mantra is the one Hare Rama, Hare Krishna?
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah, because whenever you go sometimes in the street, this... devotees are not devotees, the sons are singing and they're just singing and they got this dhol in their hand and they just keep saying Hare Rama, Hare Krishna.
That's it.
Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. And they're sitting in the street. It's very nice, you know.
Yeah. Same.
But I will keep this in my mind. But as I told you just now, that in the temple he said it very loudly.
I know. It's like that everywhere. It's true. It's true.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Anybody else? Any comments? Okay. Thank you so much, everybody. I'd like to stop there. Gayatri Devi ki jai.